Yesterday, Glorilla got accused of copying Megan Thee Stallion's life. They feel like she's copying Megan Thee Stallion's life so much that she even went and got her NBA player boyfriend just like Megan Thee Stallion. It was also being said that Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla fell out after Megan's tour because Megan did not like the fact that Glorilla was outshining her on her own tour. Anyways, Glorilla liked this shady post that says, "We all know she started being bitter after she was outsold by Glorilla LMFAO." So of course everybody had their thoughts and opinions on social media, and then next thing you know, Glorilla's hairstylist posted on her Instagram and said, "Y'all hottie females, weird and lace stream, and by y'all be music. Y'all don't do ish but help her be argue, overly pathetic." She then says, "Not gonna lie, I need that from bees today." So as you guys can see, Glorilla hairstylist is popping off on everybody that has something negative to say about Glorilla. So anyways, moving on to the next topic, it seems like Cardi B was right. It seems like Offset is broke and don't want to pay his taxes. So you guys remember Cardi B was on Twitter Spaces and she basically said that the only reason why she hasn't gotten divorced yet is because Offset wants one of her homes and he also wants her to pay off his taxes. And it seems like his taxes then grew to a 7-figure sum.
Stop saying, "Oh, but you're still married." No, I'm legally separated. The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that.
If I was Cardi B, I would be paying 0 cents towards his taxes, okay? But anyways, US Weekly did break this news and said that Offset owes over $2.3 million in back taxes. So that explains why he's trying to get spousal support from Cardi B. He wants Cardi B to pay his taxes because he doesn't have it. Like the money, the back tax is just steady growing every year. But anyways, like I said, if I was Cardi B, I wouldn't be paying not one penny. My name Bennett and I ain't in it. So anyways, moving on to the next topic, it seems like when India Love exposed her sister for being pregnant, she was allegedly pregnant by Stefon Diggs.
You guys are giving her exactly what she's fishing for.
What am I fishing for? I'm eating lunch with you.
You're eating for two, remember? I keep a couple on my roster, nigga. Which one?
Now, I remember when this situation happened between India and her sister because I was looking at her like, why would you expose that? Like, if your sister didn't say anything about it, why are you? And that's exactly why her sister was looking like that as well. But like I said, she was allegedly pregnant by Stefon Diggs. Now, like I said, I don't know what happened with the pregnancy, but allegedly when he goes to California, that's who he goes to see, and he does not play about her. So like I said, I don't know what happened with the pregnancy. I don't know if she had a miscarriage or if she did something else, because from the looks of it, baby, he got about 5-6 kids on the way, and I wouldn't want to have anything to do with that, okay? But I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
At Offset, just so you know, the IRS got payment plans for as low as $1.99. So go ahead and give Cardi B that divorce because she not paying your taxes. Offset, let that lady out of that marriage because she is not paying your back taxes. Now, shout out to Us Weekly because they published this story in regards to Offset and his back taxes. Now, according to Us Weekly, it stated that Offset has an unpaid tax bill of about $2.3 million. And as of October 15th, they went ahead, the IRS, put a lien up on his stuff. Now, the Georgia Department of Revenue, which is separate from the IRS, had also stated that they also have tax liens for him in the tune of about $232,000. And what makes the story so crazy is we already knew he had back tax debt because of Cardi B and her Twitter Spaces.
The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea?
Yes.
The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight for that. This is not no love shit. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop living my life because on a contract, I'm practically still married because somebody want to hold me hostage if I don't give them millions of dollars to get out of it.
And what I love about Cardi B is that even if she gonna clock tea, she don't care whose tea she clocking. Not even if you her baby daddy. Offset, let that lady out that marriage. We know that the IRS can put a lien on your stuff, which they typically put a lien on your property, your bank accounts, anything else under the sun that generates revenue. And because we know you got this tax lien, which is not funny, you can go ahead and let this lady out this marriage because now the IRS has stepped in and you can go ahead and let Cardi step out. And as an FYI, for anybody else out there who may have a tax debt, just call the IRS. They literally let you set up a payment plan for as low as $1.99. Well, maybe not $1.99, but they let you set up a payment.
Offset owes the government damn near $2 million in taxes. Yes, federal and state. So him wanting spousal support from Cardi B is all making sense now. It's all coming together. He's a brokey. And if he's not a brokey, he's very irresponsible. Like $2 million in taxes is crazy. And he wants spousal support from Cardi. Mind you, he cheated the whole time. That's crazy. And it was men in my comments saying, oh, you always want to call the men broke when they're asking for spousal support. But if it's the other way around, everybody's all for women. Are you stupid? That man is out of his mind. He has some nerve asking her for spousal support. And it's going to get denied. It's going to get denied. Oh my God.
To be true. But it's looking like the true separation of Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla is at hand. I couldn't even I'm gonna do my hair and everything, y'all. I couldn't even really prepare, come presentable because it's like I'm like everybody else. I look through social media and stuff, but I try not to really pay attention until I see what I see. But it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. And I think that we were very right. There are some people who have talked about how Megan aesthetic, glorilla, is just kind of like painting. Mind you, they're right? But I was just like, you know what? Maybe these women are just inspired by each other. But Armand Wiggins said it best. None of the rap girlies really like each other. I fear none of the rap girlies really like each other. Maybe rap to pop, maybe pop to pop. But the rap girls, we had a good run. And Wannabe is going to go on forever. Hopefully they can just kind of get over this. Glorilla can go and find her own style and aesthetic again. And all is well, because your girl is tired. And I know for Glorilla, it's going to be always easier to try to harp on Megan because the gen pop of men don't like, Megan Thee Stallion. But long term, 10 out of 10, it's not the move, girl. We already seen what we needed to see. Some people don't feel like she's taking Meg's aesthetic, whatever, but she doesn't seem like much of herself. So I don't seem like much of myself. Hair's not done. Just took my braids out. It's just like, damn. But those are my thoughts. I could be wrong, but I'm always going to talk about it. And whether you believe the whole Glorilla taking Megan's aesthetic, just know that it's going to be way more easier just in life, even if you're not trying to be a celebrity, not trying to be a rapper, to be yourself authentically, and show up just with the authenticity that nobody can copy or duplicate, even though they may try. Inspiration is one thing, but copying is another, and everybody can tell, we can all see it. So with that, just practice individuality and being your best self, even if your best self